What's going on, family? What's going on? You watching Sports Talk with BWatts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. You already know it's Thursday night, one of the hottest shows during the week with Greg Said. You know, me and Greg Said have been in this thing almost 2 years on Tuesday night. Then JR came along. We added him to the show. Glad to have him. But JR will not be in tonight. He busy with his daughter at the Christmas play tonight. And we want to wish him well, being a good father, being a good dad, and a good husband. We appreciate we have those type of young men on this show who always take care of their family first. Along with Greg said, he always taking care of his family, and Uncle Steve. Appreciate them to take the time out to join me whenever they can here on Sports Talk with BWatts. All right, but we got to, you know me, you know how we do it. I got a fill-in for JR tonight, and it's the one and only Uncle Steve. I got JR Boxing and Uncle Steve along with the chat tonight. All right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, these guys gonna get a big Christmas present from me next week. Yeah, there you go. Sure is. All right, all right. And if they don't, I'm sure they'll let y'all know about it. All right, let's bring the guys up and let's do this thing. Our special guest tonight is Uncle Steve. What's up, bruh?
What's up, BWatts, man? Another beautiful day. Thank you for the invite. Appreciate it. Let's make this thing do what it do, baby.
Yeah, we're going to make it do what it do. Let's bring the man of the hour up. That's the one and only who helped me start this Thursday night a year and a half ago. That's Greg Said. Let's go. ATL, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
My next door neighbor told me ain't nothing good about Georgia but Herschel Walker. I said, whoa. When it comes to football, he said Herschel Walker was the baddest thing ever came out of Georgia. I started looking at some films. I said, yeah, I remember I was a freshman around about 1980. I first saw him play Notre Dame in that Sugar Bowl. Yeah, he ran all over them, boy. Greg, you probably too young. You don't know nothing about Herschel Walker, did you?
I don't know how I wouldn't know about him, but I wasn't watching him. You know, hey. Georgia, they had on that. I mean, I've seen posters in the house going.
Yeah, I know that.
Because that's all they ever had up to what? What year they finally won? Not too long ago, they done won a couple since then, but it was almost like, you know, one of them football franchises. They ain't won football in 50 years. That's how Georgia was. They didn't win nothing since 80 with Herschel Walker. They had on that for a good 3 decades.
Yeah, they did, man. That Herschel Walker used to tote that thing till Donald Trump came along and made him come to the USL, play for the New Jersey General. Steve, what's going on? Got your young man right there, ain't you?
Yeah, he had his hey, come here, Bryce. He got his shirt on. They have to wear their festival Christmas shirts. So he wanted to show you his Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer shirt. Come on here. What those wonderful people in the chat need to do?
All right.
Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and slap the notification bell.
All right, Steve.
There you go.
Steve got
That's what he need to do.
That's all right, chat. We got to put Bryce, BRICE, in the chat. Come on, y'all. Put it in there. Let him know we appreciate him. Appreciate him tonight. All right, that's how we're going to go. We're going to start with Greg, then we're going to end with Uncle Steve. They got a big game coming up, Greg. When you look at Shedeur Sanders, this is going to be his 5th start, and we got 3 more games left. They play Buffalo and Josh Allen. Now, I'm sure Buffalo is favored, but I'm here to tell you, Greg, Shedeur Sanders could upset. I ain't going to say they'll win, but he can outperform Josh Allen if he go in that Brady mode.
Yeah,
but Cleveland coaching staff gonna mess it up the game.
He can outperform them, but they know how to skip field goals and stuff like that. You know, if it's close, you know, they know how to do weird stuff. I mean, we seen that with the Titans. So we know you can come back and your coach can make some decisions to make you lose the game. That was very blatant. So I think that I only will hope to see that he don't go out there and throw interceptions. They have a decent game. I don't even know if we should hope or can hope that they win at this point.
Right.
The way the defense been playing lately, they don't let everybody. They like Colorado. They let everybody gonna get a 2-piece on them. So they ain't tackling nobody. They throwing on them. They ain't stopping nothing. I mean, they have some stops throughout the game like Colorado. You know, they'll stop them a few times. Like, okay, and then they kick back, cut loose again. So I don't know how you win that way when the defense is not playing good and then the special team is not playing good. I mean, Shedeur ain't got that many weapons on offense. I mean, running game don't start working. So I don't know. I mean, how much can you say that he could do other than just, I guess, not blow it? What they talk about like a dog the whole next week. This is his only best bet.
BWatts, I appreciate you that my wife, when it comes to old Bryce, BRYC, those ladies in the chat know what's going on. I know you was doing that
My
BRI.
bad, my bad, Mom. Tell Miss White. Hey, I'm sorry.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, that's cool. Just don't call him late for dinner. That's all. That's all we doing. Now, what question do you want answered because it was breaking up on there, BWatts?
Okay, I know Josh Allen them favorite, and I'm not saying that Cleveland can beat them, but if this thing close, I believe Shedeur can perform better than Josh Allen if it come late, if they in the game. But we know how the coaching staff's gonna go. If he go in that Brady mode like he used to do.
Okay. The way I see it is this one here. Shedeur needs to understand, and I'm sure his father and everybody's explaining to him. He's in a position right now in which he has to just work on his work on his mechanics, and get and hit the open people. If he does that, he's doing perfectly fine. Shedeur does not need to worry about what's going to happen in the future because you can't predict that. What you're showing people, you're advertising yourself saying, hey, I'm available, and this is what I can do. What I don't want Shedeur to do is to stay in that pocket and take shots he shouldn't take, because what's going to happen is this one here. When they give him the 5 yards, he needs to take the 5 yards. When he gets that opportunity to take that ball down that field, take the shots. Don't be afraid of no interceptions or anything else. Just don't throw. If you got triple coverage, you know not to throw the ball. If they're open and you got space in there, hit them. And what you also has to do, Shedeur has to do, which is, I don't blame him. I know he loves Fanning because Fanning is the one who's out there doing his thing, but the other defense knows that you're going to Fanning. You're going to have to start spreading it out even more. Judy needs to be more involved in the offense. If they're going to put him out there, you got to make him more involved. And I think what Cleveland need to do a lot of is put people in motion. Boyd is the kid from Texas is super fast. Why don't they put him in motion? He needs to be put in motion almost every other play, or you need to put Judkins in motion so you can hit him out for a little string play or something like that. So Shedeur's going to do fine. I see him against this game of Buffalo. I really do see him, honestly, having a really good game. And that doesn't mean he's going to throw for 360 yards. It means that he's going to play smart football. They're going to move the ball down the field, and they're going to score some points. Back to you, BY.
Yeah, like RD was saying, he didn't need more completion than he did last game. And like Greg said, we won't see them interceptions. That's bad. When you throw 3 interceptions in a game, your team already bad. You just can't make the situation no more worse than it is as a quarterback. That's how I look at it. But, man, I don't know if Greg saw that video. But Greg had to see the video. He shared the video. What y'all think about that offensive line? What Greg shared? Yeah, the nutcracker. They was out there dancing number 68. That defensive end coming out in, he just pushed him with one hand. Push him with one hand that knocked him down back in.
Miles Garrett or something like it. Yeah. You can't just let nobody dog. That's called being dog walk. He just dog walked. I don't know. I mean, you in the NFL, right? I mean, I know everybody's not elite, but you shouldn't let every defensive lineman look like he elite when you block him. Like everybody shouldn't look like Lawrence Taylor when you block him. Like you shouldn't just let anybody. You all pros at the end of the day, so it's like I don't understand how these grown men can let another grown man just push him in the backfield like that. Like y'all both not pros. You both been. I mean, you can get in the weight room. You can get in the weight room. I know this is what I do. I'm getting in that weight room. That's what I do. I'm not gonna let no man just push me down like I'm just a JV player. Like Like that's just disrespectful. Like, you know, I always talk about hands. I don't get like, boy, if he locked that arm out like that, you know what you can do to that arm?
Come down on it.
Man, there's a lot of things you can do to them arms. Why these guys don't go and get with some jitsu or something? Like, because everything is hand-to-hand comeback on the line on both sides of the ball. Anytime somebody lock in on you like that and dog walk you, you'll make him never want to do that again. I can name a couple things you can do. Yeah, he won't be doing that no more. I can say he you know what I'm saying, he doing you like that, but somebody lock in on you, just jack you up. I don't know what these guys be doing. It got to be a good old script to me because it don't make no sense. I don't know. I can see.
Yeah. What do you think about the offensive line, man?
BWatts, that offensive line is interesting. I want to know, why aren't the starters coming back? Why we still got these guys? They're not hurt. That they're not. Teller told you that he wasn't hurt. They told you they told him that he ain't playing. Hey, your ankle hurt. Oh yeah, my ankle is hurting. Okay, you right. It is what it is, BWatts. They're stacking it. The good thing about it is this one here. The NFL understands what they're doing. When you understand what they're doing, smart teams, just look at it. Look at the Miami Dolphins right now. The Miami Dolphins are in a conundrum. Look at the Raiders. They're in a conundrum. You even got the LA Rams. Even though they're winning, they're one shot away from not even having a quarterback. We're not going to even talk about the Raiders. So all I'm saying is I'm not even worried about the offensive line. Shedeur better make sure he protects himself. It's a young lady in the chat saying, hey, he's taking too many shots. He needs to protect himself. And the only way he's going to protect himself, they need to run the football. Shedeur, if I'm Shedeur, I'm audible in certain places. We're running the football. I don't care if they get 1 yard. We're running the football. We'll do 3 runs and we'll call it a day. But when I got an opportunity to take it downfield, take it downfield. But the offensive line, it is what it is. It's a man said a long time ago, it's rigged. And when he said it's rigged in Cleveland, they really mean it's rigged. They don't plan on winning another game. Shedeur showed him that he could win a game. Hell, we better take them linemen out the game. Let's put some cripples in there. Next thing you know, they're going to put Stevie Wonder in there. If he don't work, let's put Ray in there. Anything to lose. And that's what they're going to do because he played with the Doo-Doo Brown. Back to you, BWatts.
Greg, is it a good idea for Shedeur to come back to the Cleveland Browns no matter who's the coach, or should he hope for them to trade? Should he hope for them to draft them a quarterback and trade him?
Okay, so we're going to have this conversation.
Yeah. What best for him? What do you think best for him?
What best for him was he would have got drafted in the first round, but it didn't happen. So the game continues. Ain't nothing about they deciding it's best for him. How many SAR teams went past him and let him go to the 5th round that needed a quarterback? They still need a quarterback? Like, if it was about him and him being at the best and then not about embarrassing and shaming him and teaching him, you think that they done? Do you really think they done? Do you think about the fact that when they put him in the game, all of a sudden the defense sucking, they Supermaning on the line, and then they take him out. Every time he get in the game, he always in a 4th string. He did it during the preseason. So it's like, how do you get to that place where you able to finally get in the game and they take all your weapons? They did it in the preseason, and now they doing it in the regular season. So it's like, then you're looking at, okay, he performed a little above average. Let's just take everything away from him. And then we're going to take away our best DB who ain't showing no injury. You take him away. And so he was the only guy that took away one side of the field. They weren't throwing his side. Then you go out here against the better 2 passing quarterbacks that you've seen. Ward, okay, after Ward, then you go into up there with Caleb. Okay, is you going to let him come back for Josh Allen? It's like, how do you get to the point where you put these guys in this situation right in time for Shedeur when he's starting to pick up momentum? It's beyond tanking. It goes back to the whole situation. It's not designed for him to succeed. So if it's not designed for him to succeed in Cleveland, then we start got to ask the bigger question. If it was just Cleveland, why nobody else bailed them out? Nobody else ain't tried to bail him out. Nobody ain't trying to bail him out. So is he going back to Cleveland? Can he go? They're not letting him go nowhere else. They traded all them other quarterbacks and left him on the bench. They're not trying to do nothing with him. He gonna come back and they're gonna play this little game with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur, and they're gonna stir that back up, and he's not gonna have no certainty ever. They're not gonna give him ever. They're not giving him no offseason to be like, yeah, you're gonna be the man, go get your mind right. They've been playing screwing with his mind the whole time. From time he stepped up there, they screwed his mind over there. Because you know what they want? All right, chat. All right, BWatts, Uncle C. Let's call it for what it is. They want Shedeur to hang himself, figuratively. They want Shedeur to fail himself. They want him to mentally check out. So they hit him with mental situations. So they don't have to be the doggone bad guy. They dumb enough to think that's gonna work. They like, oh, you ain't never been through nothing. Your dad had protected you. We're gonna keep screwing over Shedeur Sanders till he just tap out. Look at Shiloh.
Yeah.
About ready to go to Hollywood.
Look like they won on him.
So he said at the draft, he said, dang, he saw the writing on the wall. Shiloh, I always see the writing on the wall. You listen to what he say. Shiloh said, no, they doing it to him. I ain't got a chance. He already knew he was screwed. He knew he was screwed from that day. Then they put him down Tampa at the 16th screen DB, and he knew he wasn't finna make that team because he wasn't get on the field. Then as soon as that happened, they cut him based off the fact that he was too deep in the depth chart. That's what they do. They bury him in the depth chart to the point where they want him to just give up. You know what? Forget it.
Wow, I agree.
BWatts, when it comes to that draft, I will say this one here. And the more we find out, the more we understand they were in it together. It was collusion. They were in it together. They wanted to show Mr. Sanders, and it wasn't the son. They wanted to show the father.
Yeah.
When you make a comment pertaining to billionaires, and those billionaires all happen to be 31 out of the 32 of the same complexion, and they were born in the 40s and 50s when they had it where, you know, it was segregated during those times. They want you to understand you need to stay in your place.
Yeah.
We might have let you come to the table and ate some of these scraps, but you need to stay in your place. And if people don't believe that, the only reason Shedeur really, they probably wouldn't have even drafted him. The only reason they drafted him is because of the people. They could not believe the people were in such an uproar on what they were doing. They were like, what in the world is going on? Because normally when they cooking you like this here, people will be like, oh, you know, you'll have certain sides saying, oh, he deserved it. He's arrogant. He ain't that talented. But they couldn't believe those aunties and uncles and grandmas and grandpas came up and say, this ain't right. It's bad when they own people start saying, man, this is wrong. Now, you don't see that too often. When they come up and start saying, man, this wrong. This young man should have been drafted a long time ago. So when people really thinking that didn't happen, ask them how is Colin Kaepernick never got an opportunity to play in the NFL and he went to the Super Bowl. You can say whatever you want to. They got other folks, they got other people. When they say they're not going to do something in the NFL, they mean that. They had a boy named Smith who played with the Washington Redskins, and he was the MVP in the Super Bowl. Didn't get to play another down after that Super Bowl. So all I'm telling you, ask Doug Williams, pertaining to a Super Bowl winner. Didn't get too many opportunities after that. MVP of the Super Bowl. So I'm just telling y'all, when y'all come up there and tell me they won't do that, don't tell me what billionaires won't do. Don't tell me what rich, certain people don't do. They do it all the time. Look at your congressmen and congresswomen. They do it all the time. It happens all the time. But let's get it back to this here. we don't care what Cleveland does. Cleveland cannot draft a quarterback unless the only way Cleveland would draft a quarterback is they get the number 1 pick. And they're not getting the number 1 pick because this team's in front of you. When I tell you they throwing games, they are throwing. The Raiders ain't trying to win another game. The Raiders and the Giants are going to play. When they play, watch the game. The score might be 2-0 because they're going to be throwing those games. So the Giants are going to beat them handily, but they're not trying to win. Even if they do draft your boy, what is he going to do? What is he going to? You have no offensive line. You give up all of those draft picks to go for Mendoza. I asked y'all people in this chat, Google Mendoza's numbers when he was at Cal.
Ooh.
He wasn't nothing special at Cal.
No,
another average quarterback, Joe Flacco type quarterback. He's going to be a decent quarterback. But I tell y'all, I watched the Ohio State game. He didn't score number he didn't score number 6 points because their defense gave him the ball on Ohio State side of the field 2 times. So I'm just telling y'all, he didn't do nothing special. What did he do? It's like anything else. Their team is undefeated, and when your team is undefeated, let me give you examples. Alabama had quite a few white quarterbacks that were undefeated. And what did they do when they got to, just like your boy who was with New England? Now he's with San Francisco, Matt Jones. You had McCarron. You had plenty of, I can go down the line. You can be undefeated, means absolutely nothing. Look at all the quarterbacks that went to Ohio State. Mean absolutely nothing. Look at the quarterbacks that played at Georgia. That boy who played at Georgia won 2 national championships. What that mean? Can't quarterback. All I'm telling you is this here. They can drink that Kool-Aid all they want to. If you don't have talent in the NFL, I don't care who you are, Mahomes, your boy Josh, or anyone else, you have to have talent to be successful in the National Football League. And I'm telling you right now, the Cleveland Browns have the 32nd most talented team in the NFL, non-talent. They're the worst. And if you're the worst, your quarterback is going to resemble your draft picks. And if your draft pick sucks, your quarterback ain't going to do too much. Back to you, BWatts.
All right, guys.
BWatts, I do want to say something because I wouldn't be me. And, you know, I look at this thing on the full spectrum. I think it's deeper than even deepness what we're talking about. I think it's about power because I'm convinced. Like I'm not negating the foolishness of another man because I know people got all kinds of raggedness about themselves. I believe if all the owners was black, they would have did Deion the same way. The reason why I know they would have did it because I watched how they did him in the sweat.
Oh yeah,
Watch how they turned on him. You remember when they went to the Celebration Bowl and none of the SWAT supported them. And then all the MEAC people came on the side. I was at the game. All the coaches from the MEAC came down there and helped. Just like they helped in Colorado. When all them coaches got together the first year of Colorado. All them coaches got together to help them beat them in that last before he came to Colorado. Not one SWAT coach came to support the SWAT with Deion. Deion had a whole song because his main guy that he was going to get said, "You ain't SWAT."
Oh yeah.
He said, "Who is SWAT?" They might as well say black.
Yeah.
Who is black? If I ain't, they said, Deion, you an outsider.
Yeah.
When you buck up on somebody's thing that they got going on and you start, see, Deion was throwing out ideas. Y'all got to go back to Jackson State. But Deion was calling out the NFL big time about not getting them HBCU players. He started trying to do his own combine. He said, well, everybody going to come to Jackson State. We're going to do our own. Don't have y'all separate one. We're going to have one big combine, you know, because we're going to get these boys in the NFL. And he thought he was doing a good thing. I think he felt like he was doing a good thing. But egos, when you showing up somebody, like you don't tell us what to do. You the player, we the owners, we the this. He thought he was doing a good thing. I really do believe he was trying to make it better. But people get offended when you try to tell them how to do their thing. SWAT, got offended. Jackson State got offended. I was right around the Jackson State people. When he wanted to get rid of them bowl games. He got rid of the one in Memphis. He wanted to get rid of it. He said, y'all ain't making no money. Do you know I was around so many alumni, they hated Deion. They would have took him out themselves. When they made it to the Celebration Bowl, they did not go. They did not want, and it was their school. They did not want to see him win. It's something about people, man, when you challenge they thing, man, they can't handle it. Now, it's a mixture of a lot of crap going on. But what I'm saying is, I think that he, all the way back then, the NFL had it out for him. I think he also made the Power 5 mad when he started taking them players and said, I'm going to bring everybody to the HBCU. And them boys like Travis Hunter and Coleman and all them boys was running down to Jackson State. I think that's when before he even got to Colorado, I think that's when them people really got mad at him, like, oh, we got to take this dude out. He come in, he don't even have no coaching experience. He want to change how we do things. So it's like, it's a lot of things we got to look at. And that's why I look at it like why I look at Shedeur. I don't think he fully get that. I don't think Shedeur, because they have a genuine heart. They're not doing it out of malice. They feel like y'all change this, it'll work. And they like, who asked you? Who asked you? So it's like, and then he has so much influence and he has platforms. That's what makes him dangerous. Now look at this. I don't know if you're gonna mention this. They say Shedeur, he could go in there get put in the Pro Bowl off the bench.
Y'all was just going to talk about that.
Yeah, using the system that they got in place. That's a powerful dude that has harnessed the power of the people. He can bypass and shortcut their systems. That's a dangerous thing.
Yeah, man. All right, Uncle Steve, follow up on Greg. What are you talking about?
Well, Greg done put a subject that people really don't want to talk about.
They don't want to talk about that.
People don't want to talk about how it really goes with the HBCU's money. Okay. And the problem goes, you have those old heads that's in there and they got that power. And when you do anything to challenge their power and their positions, it's a problem. Because what happens is this one here. Those people in power got relationships with those bowls. And those bowls grease their pockets because they got agreements of, oh, you do this here, we're going to grease your pocket on this one here, and we're going to give you this. And it gives them certain statuses and stuff like that. They get certain perks. And when you get those perks, you owe those bowl people, to make sure your school goes. That's the first thing. Prime came in and said, y'all backwards, y'all losing money. This makes no sense. We should get out of this. And when he said we should get out of these agreements, they lost it. Oh no, he ain't coming in there and telling us. Instead of them listening to him and saying, hey, this is the reason why. You're not going to advance with your 1970s thinking. Those days are over with. You made a little money then. Now it's new type of money you need to be making. Like he told them, y'all got to start improving your relationships with these businesses. Y'all got to get out there. You got to use TV. Y'all have the greatest bands in the country. People come to your games. Back in the old days, people just came to their games to listen to the band, for the band, and a majority of people leave after the band played. It was the battle of the bands. So all I'm saying is this one here, BWatts, when it pertains to that subject, the HBCUs lost a lot. They're fighting with Prime, and then when Prime leaves, then they realize your golden goose left. All the things he was saying is true. Now you're hearing the coaches coming behind it. Yeah, we need to do this, and we need to do this, and we need to have what they also needed to do. People need to support those schools. You cannot have those schools which have 50,000 capacity and only 15,000 people coming to the game. You have more people in high school games than you do at certain college games. And it's not until Alcorn take on Jackson State, they'll fill it up. But if you're not supporting your HBCUs, we sitting around here wearing everything else, Louis, but Louis ain't giving nothing to a HBCU or your kids. So if you're going to support That's the time to show your young kids, get your family together, take them up there, support those young men, put money in there so that they can grow. But when you put money in there, y'all should be forcing those universities to use that money wisely. That's the problem we don't have, the accountability, BWatts. Now, Ashley Robertson, that man got on point. He's doing right by Jackson State, but it's the people over him that you need to make sure you're holding accountable, saying, hey, y'all doing right by this money. If this school is making, this football team is making this here kind of money, these are the things you got to do. You can't get mad at people like Ed Reed. You hit it. When Ed Reed coming in and tell y'all, hey, these things are wrong, you might not like the way he said it, but he wasn't lying. You might not like the way he introduced it to you, but he wasn't lying. So all I'm saying is sometimes get your panties out your crack sometimes and realize, just move them to the side and say, okay, I'm going to do it sneaky and do it. But take the advice and see what you can do to advance HBCU. Prime gave him, man. He was the GPS. And they talked about him, they criticized him and everything else, but they should have worked with him. Those other coaches should have came down and say, hey, coach, how you doing this here? Show me this here. Show me this one here. How can we get more light onto us? Because when Prime shined, the rest of you shine. When Prime was on TV, the team that he was playing against, weren't you on TV too?
But the problem is they wasn't shining like him, and they couldn't handle it. They couldn't. No, everybody want to be Batman. Nobody want to be Robin. See, and that's that crab in the bucket. See, so it's like Jackson State was getting a little too much shine, and it felt like it should have been equal. It's like then the Jackson State people started getting mad, like, oh, he act like we ain't had no culture. We ain't like the same way Colorado do. We ain't never won before. We got plenty of a history of winning. He tried to act like he made us who we are. They started being jealous when he started getting the permission to their school. Like, well, we always been good. Why he brought spotlight of people who never would have looked at you, and people who should have looked at you, looking at you, and you want to argue, oh, well, this ain't the first time, and we had winning teams before. So all of that jealousy. So the other schools, yeah, they will sell out every time Jackson State was there. But then the next week, guess what? On their own homecoming, unless they played Jackson State, the stadium was empty. So they looking at him and like, well, he get to do all that. We can't. It really exposed them. It really exposed, like, you're not on that level. And they would never be on his level. So that's what you're looking at. Like, even at the NFL level, you look at Shedeur. Shedeur has the ability, like we was talking about, to get elected to a Pro Bowl team after 4 starts. All because of he leveraging his influence. So what that means is everything y'all did to him didn't even work. You tried to humble him, and no matter how bad he do or how whatever, the people gonna show you we want him. Even the Cleveland people will boo any other quarterback out there. Boo! They out there with trail jerseys on. And they were showing you don't run crap. And that's not normal for the NFL. That's not normal. What's normal is you supposed to just be some of the silly child and take what they give you. But it's almost like the Matrix or something. Like, you got Neo out there, and he don't expose stuff that people weren't paying attention to because they watching Shedeur so hard. Now we watching Lineman Superman. Maybe they've been Superman. Maybe they're just part of the script. But now we watching everything, and we got people on Twitter showing videos, and it's like we poking a hole in that thing. We don't went behind this curtain of this wizard. And that's what I think was dangerous about Shedeur from the beginning. There's too many people watching real close. If y'all mistreat him, they gonna see everything. And if y'all doing some nonsense, they gonna see it. And that's what it is.
So what y'all think about? Let me get y'all take on that. How do the NFL gonna look at if Shedeur is in the top 10 amongst the Pro Bowl vote and he ain't played but 4 games, bro? It's a possibility Shedeur can make the Pro Bowl, Greg and Uncle Steve.
Unless they change the rules.
So they gonna change the rules in the middle of the season?
That's what people like. That's what disruptors do. Disruptors make you have to change crap because you no longer see when you had it, you wanted to give people a little control, but now you don't give them too much control Because ain't no man ever had the ability just to take all the votes like that just because people said so.
Yeah.
But you made it that way by acting like you want to give people power they didn't really have.
Right.
You know, it's like voting. It's like, okay, well, give the people power for real. You used to control the power, but give them power for real. See what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna redirect this thing.
Because the people in control. That's why they don't really give people control. Because if people get control, they get control.
Yeah.
So it's good to manipulate. You know, I'm gonna give you the 2 picks and I'm gonna let you choose what I want you to pick, and I'm good. But now you see how lopsided this thing can be. It's the total opposite. Now we're gonna put somebody in the Pro Bowl, even he's on the bench. Just to show you.
Yeah, it's nasty work on it, Steve.
Hey man, NWA told y'all one thing. They said who we came to see. Shedeur, that's what they came to see. It's what the people want, man. You can't. Don't nobody watch the Pro Bowl anyway. And you got a reason now. If the people say they want to see Shedeur, give them what they want, baby. You want fans, and if you want to put people in seats, if the people voting for him, it is what it is. What you gonna change the rules for? If you change the rules, this is what people gonna say. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. And anyway, let's stop it. They had 1 year Huntley made the Pro Bowl. Huntley made the Pro Bowl because everybody declined it. So what's the difference? What's the difference? I tell folks, don't come. I tell folks all the time, don't come with that stupidity. It's about this here and you should earn it. Yes, you did. If people respect and love you and appreciate you, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I don't want to hear your numbers because I ain't want to see you. That's for y'all football purists. Well, it's about the numbers and it's about this and that. Man, stop that BS. Because if it was about the numbers, there'll be plenty of them not even there. They put people they favorites. They'll have them quarterbacks back there that didn't do nothing, had a terrible year, but they'll put them in the Pro Bowl because every year, well, we want to see them in the Pro Bowl. So I tell people, stop it with all that period stuff. Football is football. If the people want to see 12, if the people want to see 144, give them what they want to see. They voted for it. Did you say this is a democracy? Didn't you say this was the rules? If it's the rules, hey, people, that's what I tell y'all. Learn the rules, then hit them upside the head with their own rules. Force them to change it. Every time they tell us to do something, I tell folks, read it. Understand the rules. The problem is Coach Prime knows the rules, and they asking them white billionaires, who gave that Nad the rule book? That's what they asking. They look around and say, who gave that Nad that rule book? And they want to know. So back to you, BWatts.
But ain't it turned like flag football in a way? It's like doing this stuff on themselves. They ain't even put no equipment on no more.
No.
Like who cares? Like you out there playing flag football, ain't no lineman, they ain't get to do that no more.
Yeah, you're right. All right, guys, let's switch over to Colorado. We got about 20 more minutes. Let's switch over to Colorado. A lot of people hitting that transfer portal, Uncle Steve. A lot of people hitting that transfer portal, Greg, that we didn't expect to hit that transfer portal. We know Jaheim Ozen's going to hit the transfer portal. Then Omarion Miller hit it. Takifa Byers hit it. Now the tight end coach, he done got him a job. He out of there. When Coach Prime said the Last Supper, seemed like that Bama's, he meant every word he said, Uncle Steve. He gonna turn this shit around. Y'all ain't gonna get me fired. If I get fired, I'm gonna do it my way. Frank Sinatra said I did it my way. So what you think about this transfer portal? It gives and it takes away. Greg, what you think about the transfer portal, man? Coach Prime, he loses a lot of people, but I'm sure he got something up his sleeve. I'm sure he ain't going out like this. What you think about the players that don't jump the transfer portal?
I don't know, about like everything else we don't talk about. Because the transfer portal is so much like it just like we say football and Pro Bowl has changed. The transfer portal has changed so bad because think about this. You take a guy who just left one school and he able to leave again. That's one thing, you know, we came up, you have to go anywhere. You got to sit out a year. So I guess that's to discourage you, right? And you had to go down a level. So if you was at what we call Division I, what they call Power 5 now, and they go to FBS to FCS. You were able to play if you went down, but if you was trying to go across or up, you had to sit out, right? So you was able to go down from Division I to Division II, they let you play. But you try to do anything lateral up, you have to sit out a year, right? But now the people can go 1 year, they can play 4 different schools in 4 years. The fact that they let that happen is a problem because this is what they do. 1, that makes people never have to be patient, and 2, that makes them easily manipulated by money. So now, are you really a student athlete? Because you tell me, I know you leave the Georgia system to go to Florida. Those are 2 state systems, right? So how does your credits transfer? Are you trying to graduate?
Yeah.
I mean, you in the transfer portal. Just because you in the transfer portal, that mean you ain't taking no final exams? Like, you just like, I'm gone. Like, are you thinking about your grades? Are you trying to graduate? Because and then when you transfer, you got to worry about, do your credits transfer? Because you going from Colorado to Georgia, they can say easily, oh, that's 2 different systems. So you keep starting over. You ain't just getting a red shirt. You getting a red shirt. Because now you thought you was a sophomore, you went back to a freshman in class because you transfer credits, then go over. So it's a lot of things going on that people don't think about, that they ain't never really been through this process. Now, how does that help a team? Every year, look at Coach Prime. He get new personalities that he keep always trying to build. He keep trying to build relationships and community and a culture. But you keep getting 60 people every year. So you always trying to sniff out a rat. By the time you sniff out the rat, he gone, there's another rat coming in. Because you can't tell me it's that many good people in the portal. Do you need that many people? You can't tell me that if you get rid of 40 guys and you get 50, that all 50 gonna be good guys. It's just not mathematically right. You're gonna get a handful of guys that's decent like you do every year, and then the rest of them, you why y'all ain't coming to meetings on time? Why y'all ain't come prep? Wear your socks right. Now you repeating the same crap instead of being able to say, okay, I had to talk to them like that as freshmen. They know what to do the next year. They ain't there the next year. You keep having to start over. It's like insanity. It's like Groundhog's Day. And so it's like that's what he keep getting. You say he should get. I think you'll get more high school guys going forward, but I can't really say much because you changing coordinators too. So the coaches can't say that because they change too. Every time the coaching job open up, they up and leave and take people with them. Whether it's a position coach, whether it's a coordinator, whether it's a head coach, everybody jumping around. So it's no loyalty. I mean, think about it. How do you even get to the point where we talking about transfer portal, and we in a time where you go with the guys in the heat, hoorah, hoorah, all summer, all spring. Let's go to the national championship. Get your team there to almost go there and say, I ain't coaching. Imagine that. And I ain't never heard that in my life. You can get your team all riled up to win a conference or to go to the playoff, make the playoffs, and then say, all right, I'm going to my other team. Not even finish what you're doing. They were mad at Coach Prime because he stayed to finish the Celebration Bowl at the risk of delaying his recruiting in Colorado because he had enough integrity to say, look, I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing out because I promised these boys, I support these boys. And then what? He took a hit on the other because he was trying to do both. But he said, I'm not going to leave these boys out there. And they had so much negativity stirring around from the alumni talking to the players and all that they sabotaged the game. I was at the game. So it's like, but he stayed. Yeah, he got guys going to the playoff. And now you got people who made a bowl game and say, we ain't even accepting the bowl. Not going to the bowl and our seniors not going to play. But we're not even going to go to the bowl game. So one, the coach is leaving, or too many players say we ain't playing. That's what time we in. Think about that. Uncle Steve.
Well, this is not a Colorado issue. It's a college football issue. Man, Auburn losing their starting left, their defensive tackle, they losing their star receiver, they losing their cornerbacks. You got teams losing their, how many teams have lost their star quarterback? Arizona State star quarterback leaving. You got Florida star quarterback leaving. You're gonna have Ole Miss's star quarterback leaving. Come on, folks. This ain't no doggone Colorado issue. And the next thing I'll hit you with this one here. We had somebody named Augustus. He was promised $800,000. Did he get that $800,000?
Nah,
Like Whitney Houston say, hell to the no. He didn't get it. You then be careful what you're asking for. Sometimes they'll promise you anything. And I would tell those young men this one here. Nebraska, everybody leaving Nebraska. They can't keep no that corn. They must that corn husking is going on over there. But it's just not them. It's all of these teams. USC leaving, you losing a lot of people. Michigan, they can't leave fast enough. So we're stopping the Colorado stuff. It does not make a difference. These young men have an opportunity, if they're smart, sign these contracts and then go from there. But I'll tell you this one here. That money ain't gonna do nothing for you if you're ignorant, if you're not financially educated with it. It means absolutely nothing. It's gonna cost more money, more problems. It's gonna cause you more problems than you got. But I'll leave that alone because that's their problems to deal with. But as far as Colorado, y'all cried and y'all whooped Coach Prime like a dog. Y'all they talk about him up and down. They say he don't do this here and he don't do this here and he don't make these changes. Hell, well, he makes some changes now. He got ready. You're 3-9. You're 3-9. What are we talking about? You and you're 3-9 ain't nobody. You don't, who do you need? You're 3-9.
yeah.
What you're gonna do is this one here. What you clean house. When you clean house, get the viruses out of there, because if you pay attention, if you listen to all these other podcasts, you got viruses in that locker room, and Coach Prime got to get those viruses out. I don't care how good you are, if you got people in there, oh, they let McKinney do this here. Look at Seaton. Seaton getting this here much money. Why he getting this here much money? Coach Prime, man, stop that mess. Get that viruses out of there. Why are you worried about how much Seaton making anyway? Why are you worried about what McKinney making? I tell you, if you make your plays, you get to dictate what you gonna make. See, that's the problem. And this is what I'll tell you this one here. A young player like Merritt and I know McPherson ain't going nowhere, but everybody wants Merritt, which I don't blame him. But Merritt need to realize, man, you prime time. You, Coach Prime, now provided you an opportunity and put you in front of the world, because he could have sat you on that bench. He could have sat you on that bench and played those other people, the older people, and went from there. But he put you prime time. And all I'm telling you is this one here, just like Seaton, y'all ain't looking at the long game. When y'all leave college football, now Seaton gonna be in the NFL and Merritt will be in the NFL, but you're gonna have to come back home. Where is your home at? If you stay at CU and then you leave, homeboy, when it come time for your businesses and stuff like that, those people don't forget. Those people are not going to forget that you told us, screw you, you wanted that money. Do you think they're going to let you come back in Colorado and think you're going to put your businesses here and they're going to support it? These ain't your people up there, homeboy. It don't work like that. You don't live in Colorado. It's those people who tell you that they love them being benefits and stuff. They love people who are committed to them. And it ain't just Colorado. It's Alabama, Auburn. You can go anywhere, Michigan. If you don't love that university ain't gonna turn around and say pay you when you old, fat, and you running around there. I used to play for Colorado. Man, they ain't letting you come out. You went to Alabama and then you went there and did your thing. Ain't nobody letting you come back and make money. So you're losing money in the long game because you wanted the extra $200,000, but you didn't realize that you would have made millions of dollars when you're 35, 36 years of age with the businesses that you can do in Colorado. That's something you should look at. Next thing is this one here, BWatts. You ain't guaranteed when you go to that other team that coach might get fired or that coach might leave. You go to those teams right now, and those teams sitting up there, the Lane Kiffins, the Kellys, and look at the boy at Arizona State, Dillingham. Boy, Michigan want him so bad it's a crying shame, and he's trying everything to stay. But all I'm telling you is this one here. The more successful you are, and Indiana lucky that they got all the money they got, because Cincinnati, Alabama will definitely take him now because he's an Alabama type dude with that bravado and everything else. And Coach Prime did that. You criticize him, but when the man do it, he all right, boss. He look at his bravado and everything else. Coach Prime do that. His arrogance, his confidence. Look at him. He up there shining like a old. It ain't cute then. So all I'm telling y'all, your double standards, good for nothing, no good, two-faced it, sorry, Cheeto eating, Dorito eating, burrito breath. You're terrible. You're terrible. You can't have it both ways. I like what The Wire said. Marlo and The Wire. You guys want it both ways. But with Marlo, you want to go get it both ways. Because he took care of that issue. Because when you want it both ways, it ain't going to happen. Either you want him to take care of it and get rid of the stuff, or you want him to keep it and stay 3-9. Coach Prime giving you what you want, baby. You said you wanted him to clean house. Now it's the Last Supper. Quit crying. Quit crying. Quit crying. All the crying go. You're going to see some more people leave. And I congratulate y'all. Go get y'all money. Have a great day. Thank you for your service at Colorado. And please use that money wisely, because just like you're going to see the man who in the Temptations, Mr. Otis, it's hard out there for a pimp. And ain't nobody want no Otis. Back to you, BY.
Greg, when you look at Coach Prime and the decision that he's making, that he bring in the new OC today, the OC gonna bring his running back coach. It's a good thing that Coach Prime allowing his OC to bring some of his coaching to see you. Do you think that's a good thing?
I mean, well, you got to bring. You don't need to bring his receiver coaching too, because I mean, the running backs is a big part of his scheme. So
you said the wide receiver coach too. He got
to bring it all in, because I mean, it's his scheme. Like it's not like he running somebody else pass down. I'm the third generation or air raid, or like he created this thing. So he needs somebody who understands the ins and the outs and be on the same page with him on who would be the best fit and how to actually run these plays. It's not going to look like nobody else. So you can't put a Marshall Faulk in there with that, because Marshall Faulk ain't never dealt with this. So he got to have somebody that's familiar with his style of offense. And I feel the same way with the receivers, the mentality and the concepts, because I'm sure the routes that they ran with Jason Phillips, is not going to be the same. So you're going to have to, you see Bart gone to Nevada, Jason Phillips probably going to go on to one another college. I mean, these people not gonna mix with what he's doing. It's like he really need to bring everybody. He need to bring his line coach, because the style of blocking is going to be different. This blocking scheme has to fit the scheme. So why would you try to go and get one of the last year's line coaches to fit into that? It don't work. So he need to bring the whole thing in. Like you said, Coach Prime gonna clean it up. He need to clean it all. Don't leave no crumbs. That's how I see it.
Okay. What you think, Uncle Steve? He allowed his.
I think he needs to have his autonomy when it pertains to his offense. This is what I'll tell you, BWatts. He's bringing in his running back coach, but you need to realize this man is a receiver. This man no receiving, and he know that quarterback too. So I think he's going to have to bring in his receiving person too, because he needs the opportunity. And Greg, I think you hit it too. He needs to look at the offensive line. And if he ain't happy with those coordinators, and he talk with them and discuss what he wants, and they can't provide what he wants, because I look at the tape, and if you look at the tape, you're like, man, that ain't what I need. And then I'll be like, hey, I got to bring my man in. You can keep whoever you want to there, but I need to bring this man in to implement what I need to do. And people, let me explain something to y'all real quick. Everybody think CU is going down the tank. Everybody thinking it's the end of the road. Y'all really don't understand football, because if you look at it, Cincinnati took James Madison team to Indiana, and that team ain't lose them a 1 or 2 games. What it took was good coaching and guys that bought into their program. That's what it takes. Good coaching and guys to bring in that program. Because let me explain to you this one here. They had poor coaching last year, and they had poor guys executing the plays, and they still lost by 7 points. A lot of games they lost by 7 or less. They had 3 games in which they got blown out the water, but the majority of games they were in the game 7 or less points. And this was with a terrible scheme. This was with terrible execution, terrible defense where you were running for 300 and 400 yards, and they still was in the game. Can you imagine if they actually have an offense that comes out there and executes and a defense that just bends but don't break, and Coach Prime allows Marion then to call timeouts when they need to call timeouts? And, imagine this one, BWatts. Colorado controlled the clock running the football. Wow. Do you think you can win some games doing that in the Big 12? Absolutely. And you can do this with no names. You don't have to have no folks. Quit looking at stars and start making people see stars, and then you'll start winning. That's winning football. They need to be seeing stars when you hit them, not you looking at a star that somebody gave them. I don't know about to hear that mess. So with that being said, BWatts, I'm telling you, I'm not burying CU. I like what I see. Let Marion cook. But the only thing I don't like right now, Coach Prime, and I don't have to rush him. Man, give us something on defense, Coach Prime. You got to give us something on defense. Give the people what they want. I understand you like dosing. Prime like Santa Claus. He want to give you stuff a little bit at a time. Man, give me my treats right now. I want it all. I want it all, and I want it right now. I need to see something on defense. If Prime show me something on defense to match what he got on offense, I ain't talking about with personnel. I could care less about personnel. You can get, and this is why I say that. Does the Air Force Academy have awesome personnel? Does Navy have awesome personnel? Do Army have nice personnel? They don't. They have guys that's 250, 260 pounds. They have a few 280. But it seems to me 1 or 2 of them win 8 games a season, and they upset some of these big teams. It ain't about who you got. It's about that person putting them together, forming them as a team, and making them fight for one thing and have love for their brothers and executing. If they do that, they're going to win. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah, Coach Prime, he got something. He coming for that defense. He just a matter of time. Y'all just hold on. He got something from what I've been
He
told.
gonna clean it. He gonna clean it. He ain't cleaning one side of the ball.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but BWatts, he don't need no superstars. That man. That's why I said it don't. He didn't need no Amarion Miller. Amarion Miller had to go. I knew when he came because Amarion Miller, he don't block. He just wanted. He only gonna run the routes when he can get the ball. You know, it's like I hope he don't do that mess in the SEC because he gonna just be a regular dude. Because somebody get whiff for that, they gonna not treat him like Coach Prime. Because you ain't gonna be the only 4-star, 5-star there at that point. So everybody 4-star where you probably going. You know, so it's like you average at that point. And you might only go get 700, 600 yards next year. And so your stuff may go down instead of you being the man, you just another man. But when you look at this scheme, he was gonna have to go anyway because they need somebody out there who don't demand the ball. That's the same thing in the backfield. They ain't gonna go get no big name running back. They can do well. If Price come back and track out, they will do well. And then you throw a little Cam Michael back there and a little Draylon. Oh, they have field day with his game. They don't need no big name, nothing. Caleb Mathis will eat up in this. I feel like they've been playing over him for the last couple of years. He played a lot his first year. You know, anybody who can be where they supposed to be, not be running the routes the wrong place. Anybody who can do what they supposed to do in this game, they'll do well. That's like how Brady did with the Patriots. They'll go get one big name receiver who 10 years past their prime. They catch Randy Moss and Ocho and all these people at the end. When y'all know y'all ain't the man. Y'all only got a couple more years left. They bring him on now for a few bursts. But everybody else, you ain't heard of them before. And they tear your behind up. That's the kind of offense they need.
All right. Appreciate y'all tonight. Appreciate Greg Shedeur on Thursday night. Uncle Steve, appreciate you filling in for JR tonight. I appreciate you, my brother. Want to thank the chat. Y'all the best in the business. I thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with BWatts. give us your last word, starting with Greg, then we'll let close her out with their last word. Go ahead, Greg. Tell them where they can find you at on your podcast.
Yep, y'all go ahead and check out Greg. Greg said it. Definitely should be this week going on before the game. You know, they've been playing at 1. We go on at noon, but I've been going on at 2 up early this year. But Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. We do videos, a couple lives. This is one of the lives we do. Everything else, a couple videos throughout the week, shorts. You know, just jump in, get in where you fit in. Appreciate y'all.
Well, what you have, I want to tell everybody out there in chat land, it's wonderful to be on the BWatts show. What Greg said it. You guys need to realize y'all are doing an outstanding job. People in the chat, thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all have a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday, because we want to see y'all each and every day. And you wonderful ladies out there, keep people smiling and keep being the beautiful creatures that you are, young ladies, and all those men out there that making it do what they do, making things move around this here world. Keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you. BWatts, it's always a pleasure, sir. And y'all, quit sweating the small stuff. Colorado got some stuff up their sleeve, and y'all worried about names instead of worried about a team. It's all about the team. Let's forget the names. Let God bless them. Let them have a great time. I'm not going to criticize any of those young men. I'll laugh and have a good time. But God bless them. Have a good time. And make sure that whatever people are promising y'all, young men, get it in writing so you can sue them and take them to court instead of you getting words and stuff like that. If a team is getting you to leave and telling you all about this here money, get it in writing, or make sure you got it on a text. That way, when it come time for getting your money, if they don't give it, when you sue them, you'll get your money. BWatts, is always a pleasure. Chat, y'all stay blessed and God bless. Always watch Sports Talk with BWatts.
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great? Which way am I going?
The next bus coming, you on the way.